Hello and welcome back to another Company of Heroes 3 replay. We have a game for you on Villa Fiore today between Zuntew, our US player. He has Special Operations Battle Group, Armored Battle Group, and Airborne Battle Group to choose from. His opponent today is Makros, who has taken the Italian Coastal Battle Group already, and we can see his Coastal Reserve Squad moving out behind his Pioneers. Double Pioneers start for him, and we've got the two Scout Squads for Zuntew, and it will be interesting to see how they line up in terms of capture priority here on the map. Yes, going for the fuel there. Munitions first for our American player. And skipping the fuel down here to go grab the strategic point up ahead. So possibly looking to go heavy on the infantry. And we'll have to see. He does follow that up with his rifleman squad coming out already. And we've got our second coastal reserve squad here. So double PIO, double coastal reserve. Quite a big infantry presence that he's got for. These do get the free reinforcements every 40 seconds. Which is quite nice. I think it's a nice mechanic to play around. They've definitely been very useful to use since the recent patch. He has come back and grabbed his fuel over here, and we're making our first move onto the victory point, grabbing the central victory point here. Yeah, going to grab the munitions at the bottom. Yeah, completely skipping the fuel down here. So yeah, not making that a priority. Yeah, following up with a second rifleman squads about to come in. And let's see where they decide to engage and skirmish away. So some nice defenses being set up here around the middle to try to deny the cover for the American player. Not going to be able to use either side of these walls. This is quite a lot of barbed wire being put down here. Really wants to make sure that yeah, he's got nowhere to go. Wants to go heavy on the infantry engagement here. He's going to put that to use possibly. No, he decides to retreat there. He does consolidate slightly. He's just barbed wiring anything that could be used as cover, as it looks like on the south side. As the Pathfinder squad and the engineers just come in to shake hands and move away from each other, neither of them wanting that victory point. Yeah, going into the building, but yeah, immediately popping out of there. We do have a concentration of infantry coming around here. The Americans are rushing through, forcing the first retreat and second retreat and a mass retreat there. So really good consolidation of force there. But he is going to run into this MG, which might force some retreats of his own. He's got to be very careful with those riflemen. They could quite easily get suppressed. The smoke goes down. He decides to reposition the MG. In come the infantry squads, the rifleman squads. Oh, unfortunately, he moves a bit of pathing issue there. Kind of goes back around the fence. They're all a bit blinded by the smoke there. So this MG is in trouble now, and this is going to be a big cut off if he can grab this. But it looks like he's going to be forced back himself here. Got the coastal reserves picking off the riflemen there. He's got to be careful with the Pathfinders. Yep, pulls them back. The riflemen are not going to be able to stay here for particularly long. Decent fuel denial here, but we've seen that he's not prioritizing that. We've got a first flamethrower coming out now. It's kind of a blob of infantry here. Kind of wants to blank and spread out a little bit. That's a big smoke to cover the retreat. Unfortunately, he's not retreating this rifleman squad. He's got to be very careful here. They're just managing to hide in there. Yes, okay, he does force the retreat there. And let's see, he has got his Pathfinders Airborne. Smoke bomber runs down. The paratroopers coming in, possibly. Yep, paratroopers coming in to take care of the engineers on this side. Pathfinder's finding some of that barbed wire over here, and Makros is coming back out onto the map to reclaim the territory he lost in that earlier mass retreat. MG is repositioning. No, it's set up here to cover the fuel. It's going to make it very difficult for the riflemen to go much further than this. They do get spotted here, quite long range, both in heavy cover. Not too much going to happen there. Picking up the fuel behind. And the MG's coming to reposition around. Let's see what we've got. He hasn't picked anything on his second option. He's got the artillery officer. He could fall in. Possibly go for the bunkers if he can get a bit of territory to fortify. Rifleman doing a pretty good job there, yeah, forcing the retreat and the machine gun going around. Yep, and that's a retreat there too. Good use of flanking from the riflemen and the pathfinders to make sure that MG has to pull back. And he's going to move on to the munitions here. That's capped. They're only at half health, the squad. He's got the riflemen closing them down. Even in the heavy cover, I have to say the Coastal Reserve squad is struggling a bit here to put down the DPS on the rifleman squad. Pathfinder's following up. He's got more infantry coming in. Someone's going to have to retreat here. It's going to get a bit close. The Coastals are going to need to go back. They do. Engineers come straight into the crossfire. They're forced back. Does dodge the nade, but the American player Zuntew comes out on top there. Using the paratroopers just to harass the northern side of the map. Hasn't taken the victory point up here, but has grabbed the central 2, so he's starting to put some of the hurt onto our Wehrmacht player. He's picked up the support bunkers, so he's got the option for command bunker now, the retreat point and reducing damage, or the anti-tank bunker for the long-range emplacement effective against vehicles. It was interesting to see if he is able to take enough territory where he can set a medic bunker up. At the moment, he's been forced into some big retreats here, but he does have the 221. Bit of a mobile suppression. Hopefully that can negate some of the flanks and yeah, put down some more fire. Yeah, so immediately forcing the Pathfinders down. But the paratroopers behind, they don't have the bazookas. They are going for it now that the 221's on the field. So this 221's going to have to be a bit careful. They have pinned the paras. He's just sitting here taking a lot of damage, which, yeah, he doesn't really want to be doing. Forces the retreat there. The captain retinue out now for our American player, giving the extra XP to supported units, and a big concentration of infantry around the central VP, so this may be an opportunity to get a bunker down if he wants to go for that. 221 just moving around to the south side, might be able to catch some Pathfinders. Oh, this captain is very exposed up here. Does Makros know it's here? I don't think he does. He may have seen it grabbing the map, but yeah. He's just going to hang out there. Is he going to go in for a sneaky back cap when he moves away? Possibly. MG repositioning. Take up a good position over the missions point here. More barbed wire coming in. There shall be no cover had. Wow, that's an incredible amount of barbed wire. I'm not sure how effective it's really been at the moment because the infantry, he's been forced into many big retreats. And the riflemen have just been able to run straight at the coastals, even in heavy cover, and put decent damage on them. But he is taking a decent chunk of the map now. And he's got the Luftwaffe company down. And what's coming in? The Flak 30 anti-aircraft gun coming out for him. He's got the med bunker up at home, which is nice for him. Motor pool's out, and we've got our first Chaffee on the field. And the 221 is going to get a rude introduction, and he runs into that. Smoke coming down from the Pathfinders. They want to close in. The 221's here. Captain popping in the building, providing some vision. So the Chaffee trying to get a nice angle on the 221. He doesn't quite know it's here yet, but he will be aware of its presence soon enough. We've got bazookas on the para. They're going to get a good position on the MG, force that one back, and here comes the Chaffee. Opens up with a nice big hit on the 221. Flamer coming in. He's got to be careful with that captain's retinue. The Chaffee is going in for the kill here, but he runs into the Flak 30 and drives straight past it. That 221 is heading all the way back. Chaffee going in deep. He doesn't really have any anti-tank other than that flak, so he's pretty safe at the moment. The bunker goes down, which is a big loss for him there. He's trying to get that set up. The flak is hitting the infantry now. He's got to be careful with the rifleman squads. They could take a serious amount of damage here. The 221 coming up for the suppress. Good, a crew shock there, and fire down under the tank. Not really doing too much of the OTO. Does blind it. Picks up the 221 though. I think that was inevitable. He doesn't have enough defense for this really. The rifleman, it looks like he may be willing to sacrifice his squad to take down the flak, which he gets. Is he going to get that rifleman out of there? Immediate recrew from Makros. He's got the Chaffee putting down. He's lost another unit there. That rifleman has got nothing left in its health. It will be going down, but he may lose some coastal reserves at the same time here. The Para's getting pinned. You don't want to lose a squad like that, especially with the bazookas. The MG's barely got any health. Everybody is just holding on for dear life. We've got the paratrooper squads drop coming in. Here he wants to deny flak. Another recrew here, right in front of the Chaffee. Interesting choice. He doesn't want it going into the Americans' hands, I appreciate that, but he doesn't quite have the support. He's got some Jaegers coming in here, but this flak is not going to make it. No, that's just another squad, engineer squad, pioneer squad, sorry, going down. That's been decrewed 3 times in rapid succession. We've got the Jaegers here, we've got the MG coming in, smoke bomb coming down. Oh, this is a cursed flak gun. Got a very weak paratrooper squad here that he needs to retreat. Yes, he's got this captain just hanging out back here. He's got some VPs. He's not taking the middle ones. The VPs are stalling out at 1 apiece at the moment. He really could be using his advantage here to grab some of these around. Yeah, okay, finally we've got the retreat from the American. At some point, you've got to just disengage. You're throwing troops into a grinder up here. He is decapping the fuel. Some decent harassment here from Makros, trying to deny the right side of the map. In the meantime, we have the M8 Greyhound coming out. We've got the troops back here. No medical tent for the American player, so he is struggling for some very needed. Well, healing would go a long way here. He's got the infantry support center upgrade. And that is a Hertz Coastal Reserve group. He's not been able to get a forward bunker out. He did try earlier, but it got taken down by the Chaffee. Good timing on there to march straight through and pick up the 221. Yes, he'd like to get some healing done on this flak, but at the moment it's just hanging out with the Chaffee. He's going to send the Greyhound to the north side. They find the engineer squad, but if he chases that, he may find the mine. Did that get cancelled? I'm not totally sure. Looks like it's not there anymore. The coastal guards may get chased down by this this Greyhound here. I don't think they're going to make it through the retreat path. That's one squad unit model down, and the final one goes there. Yep, the mine wasn't completed. So he's capping the mids. He's got the MG coming down to the south, so Makros looking to maybe hold the bottom, the left and the center VPs. The Chaffee is, hanging out with the Greyhound. He does need to get some repairs on that. His flak's back at base. Yeah, the med tent's coming up. That's going to be needed to get these paratroopers back on the front line. Yeah, I think he's missed a bit of an opportunity there, like not being able to use these squads and get them back out on the front has caused Makros to be able to really push up and grab some territory. But a big Shrek shock possibly coming in on the Greyhound? No, they're just taking damage. Decent hits from the Greyhound. Pathfinder's retreating through a rather spicy retreat path. They've got the Chaffee here. It is half health. They can't quite get these Jaegers into position, unfortunately. Nice little poking action from Zuntew there. Just dipping into range to get some shots off, but being cautious of the Jaegers. Another flak gun has come out to reinforce the center VP. A mine looks like it's been hit by the rifleman squad. They're very weak, but we'll continue the decap. Greyhound just patrolling outside the front of the base. The Chaffee is back, but there are no engineers to repair him. The flak is coming out, the requisitioned black. We've got some coastals going on in the middle. Bit of a concentration of force here for our Wehrmacht player. The black has been flanked by the Greyhound, but he might be able to get a nice shot on here with the Panzerschrecks. Is he going? Ah, he misses, unfortunately. He's got a wow, and he loses the Pioneer squad trying to take down the rifle. But this Greyhound's had some really nice shots, just doing some decent damage every time it's come into range of infantry. These Jaegers, unfortunately, have just not been very effective, and they're in trouble here with the Greyhound pushing up. They do get the Shrek away. They've got the Rifleman right on top of them, but yeah, they're very low themselves. The Coastals are coming. They've only got the OTO mod grenade, which, yeah, is the engine damage on vehicles that reach 50% below, and then the 5 disables vehicle weapons, but doesn't do a great deal of damage. These paratroopers are getting immediately pinned. Or suppressed, I should say, but we've got a flak on flak action down here. Forces them back. They are pinned now. Captain's retinue coming around for the flank, and that's a decrew on the flak, and again, that's at least, what, 3-4 times now that's happened? He's not been able to keep those supported. If we look at some of the VP options, we've got the Overwatch and the Bulwark bunker, which he, hasn't been able to get up. Doesn't look like a bunker's gone down anywhere yet, a forward bunker. And the coastal wall is up for the decreased cost in defense upgrades and mines. There are coastal infantry being pushed back again. We do have the Panzer IV medium tank coming out. The Chaffee wants to be a bit careful. And the captain's retinue running away from the Panzer IV fire. It's probably a smart idea. He's got a rifleman just trying to skirt around the side. And, wow, he's got the paratroopers with the bazookas. He's going to have to be a bit careful with his Panzer IV here. He needs this MG up to help him support. Paratroopers continuing to harass. Makros has done really well with the map presence. He's pushed up really deep on the on Zuntew. Zuntew has done well and created a lot of space, forced some big retreats and picked off units, but hasn't been able to manage the map control behind that, unfortunately. This could be a big grenade. It's slightly behind them, yeah, and it does decent damage on the MG there. The retreat path going through that grenade, but the Panzer IV may be just enough here to claim the central VP. To be careful with the paratrooper squad. They may get a hit onto the Panzer IV. That looks like it bounced, but it's approaching half health, just above it there. He's got the flak. Yeah, he's pulling that back. The Chaffee's back. Still hasn't been repaired. Got the vehicle detection on, so he can see the Panzer IV coming towards him, and forces the big retreat there. Coastal's capping. Rifleman grabbing the VP to the south. Greyhound is still alive. It's very hurt. It's not being repaired either. Yes, I think he would definitely appreciate some repairs right now if he's going to go up against the Panzer IV. And we've got the Stoss out for Makros, hanging out in the center VP. They've got the stick grenade assaults and the red phosphorus grenades. Very powerful units here. We've got the flax chilling on the side. Looks like the American is... Zuntew is just taking a moment to regroup here. Getting some paratroopers, going to support the... Oh, it's a Paradot AT gun. I see. Okay. That is going to be very useful if you can get that into position. The Panzer IV is just chilling, stopping the approach if they want to head out through the middle. In the meantime, Pathfinder's attempting to reclaim some of the map back, and in comes the barbed wire again. Making sure that, well, I mean, it's survived. I guess there's not been much armor. It's broken a little bit up here, but a lot of the initial barbed wire remains. But yeah, a push is going to be needed at some point. That's all 3 VPs now going the way of Makros. And he's been able to get a second Panzer IV out behind this with just the 1 AT gun and the 2 flaks and no repairs on his light vehicles. It's going to be a big ask, I think, to take this down. He does have the paratroopers with the bazookas. If he can get a good trap set with the AT gun and get a flank in with the paratroopers, he might have a chance. The MG has got a really good angle to cover this down, but if he sends a Panzer IV on his own over here, he might get in a bit of trouble. The anti-tank gun's in a rather deep position back here. It's not going to hit this Panzer IV. There goes one of the bazookas. The reposition comes in for the Panzer IV, sorry, the AT gun. Paratroopers get another hit. Looks like it bounces off the front armor. And the flak has just been chipping away at it. It does a little bit of damage, forces the Panzer IV back though. One squad of pioneers out, which will no doubt be heading over to repair the damage on the Panzer IV there. The anti-tank gun is now coming into a more aggressive position to play a role in this battle. The Panzer IV just covering the approach down here. The captain's retinue are going to run into that. And the Pathfinder's trying to reclaim some of the map there. Has he got anything down to cover? There is a Coastal Reserve Squad, of course. They're setting up barbed wire. Why would they not be? And we've got, yes, an AT gun here. So the flak pushing off the North VP. So it's a bit slow, but Zuntew has edged his way forward to the first VP here. He's managed to get through this Siegfried line of barbed wire that's been put over here. The Panzer IV's ready to go. Unfortunately, it's not doing much. It could be out giving some vision, finding out where units are. Doesn't want to run into the AT gun, but the paratroopers here taking another hit. Okay, the rangers have just, sorry, the riflemen have just come into range of that MG, right on the tip of its firing arc. These paratroopers are just getting. Okay, smoke coming down. I think this is where he's going to make his push. He's moving up here. We've got the Stoss covering that side, so they're a bit bunched up. Yeah, not in heavy cover. They're going to struggle. Flak gets Vet 1, hits the Pioneers back, so he's not going to have any repairs. That's the only Pioneer squad he's got. Finally, we've got some engineers out for Zuntew, and this Chaffee is getting some repairs. But yeah, Makros has been able to sit on these this resource lead and get a third Panzer IV out. It's looking like a very tall order for Zuntew to crack this central VP. He definitely could be doing a lot more. It's very open on this southern side. We've got just one Coastal Reserve Squad, which I think would struggle against just a single rifleman. But even if he was to run this blob down to the south, rather than try to push up into the middle onto the Stoss, there's no cover they can grab here. They're just getting MG fired. The grenade doesn't get the Stoss, but does force them out of cover. They take damage from the flak, but they are going to retreat. Paratroopers forced back. And another... he's got some decent covering, firing arcs here, but he needs to get forward and take this out. At the moment, he's got the Jaeger squad here, and then the 2 Panzer IVs, and the Pioneers are back for repairs. He's kind of missed a window there. The Chaffee could be using its speed and mobility. That could be down on the south side, putting a lot of her onto the coastal reserves. That might force the Panzer IV a reaction from him, but at the moment... yeah, Makros is not having to worry about this southern flank. Here comes the push through the middle. We've got some paratroopers back here, some more bazookas, and suppressed riflemen forced back. The bunkers come up now with the medical, or the upgrades. There, you've got the side skirts on the Panzers force. Yeah, both got the MG42s. Is he going to be able to get that bunker? I think that might force a reaction for the Panzer IVs here, and they can do a lot of hurt here because the AT gun is not repositioning. And this is, yeah, he's just going to lose Flak 30 crew here if he sits on this one. Yeah, see, that's all he needed just to combine it. He goes in with the extra Chaffee, uses the speed, gets in behind it, and yeah, if it's not being microed, then it's an easy pickup. But at the same time, he loses the flak on the north side. AT guns forced to go back. Stoss are going to come in. They're not going to recrew that, are they? I don't think so. No, they're going to go grab the northern VP, completely open. The Greyhound, yeah, he's got to be careful because the Panzer IVs are here. But you know, if they're going to be chilling back here, then you need to be getting this up to do some harassment. Does force a hit for the Panzer IV. Now he does have his defenses pulled up. He's trying to bait him in here, I believe. But he's not biting. Makros keeps the Panzer IV there. Here comes a big infantry blob. Panzer IV retreating as the other one moves forward, so I don't know if he's gonna send those in together. He might be happy just to chill on it. Yeah, he's bunkered up on the central VP. He knows that Zuntew isn't attacking the south side. In fact, we've got the tank traps up down here for tanks that Zuntew isn't utilizing down here. In come the Chaff. He's on their own. He's flared up. That is the... Ooh, big hit there. Nice little strafing run. He gets one of the Panzer IVs. The other one's pretty weak. The Chaffee has got nothing left in its health. That must have tanked all the damage for the other one. Is he going to control attack move in here? He's got the MG on this north side. This would be great for the Greyhound to get in and pick that MG down. He's got the smoke here, which allows the paratroopers to come in. But yeah, he's got another Panzer IV to deal with. Yeah, no doubt Makros is just going into the P4 spam at the moment and sitting on his bunkers. Yeah, I mean, he's built the anti-tank bunker here, but he's only using light vehicles. He doesn't really need this, I don't think. And maybe he's anticipating some heavier armor coming out from the American player, but yeah, no indication of that coming at the moment. Jaeger squad chilling on the point. He has taken this building, so he's got vision here. If you can pick off this medical bunker, that will be a big win for him. He's got the bazookas on it from the paratroopers, but they're getting focus fire. They've gone in really deep for this. Yep, forces the retreat. In comes another one. Chaffee taking hits. Greyhound has forced... Yep, so he's taking out the MG42, but there's both bunkers down now. But the Panzer IVs... Another one back into action. He's got two more to deal with, and he's just bleeding VPs, and this whole time this has been available to send something over, right? If you can't send a Greyhound in to front on to two Panzer IVs, it can at least be harassing some infantry. Side hit there. The Stoss coming in for the flank on the side, but just going to find a Greyhound who's going to be more than happy to introduce his armaments. And these Chaffees are heading in, reversing in at full speed to these Stoss troops. He is grabbing the middle VP. I don't think they're going to be able to stay there. Hopefully he doesn't lose the squad. Yeah, he gets the retreat. We've got the anti-tank gun. Oh, it's not. He's not going to get through the building. Like, having it right here for some side hits would have been fantastic. And MG coming up for Makros just to make sure that that flank's not possible. He loses the flak gun there. He's down to less than 50 VPs. Just a resource gain advantage from Makros here, able to use that into pulling out some armor. Unfortunately, Zuntew wasn't able to get anything substantial in the way of anti-infantry or bring it to bear in an effective way, because it's good positioning here for the Panzer IV. The Chaffees are not going to be able to just walk straight into there. Needs to be flanking around the side. And yeah, he's just losing paratroopers to trying to cap the central VP that's got too much yeah, for him to crack. Greyhound maybe with the double vets able to go scout down to the south, go have a look what's down here, see that it's clear. go up to the north, cover the infantry push that's going to be coming to move up to the final VP. Is it more tank traps going down? Yes, I making sure that... Okay, the Greyhound is moving now before the tank traps can get down, but I think he'll get the cap on here, and that is probably gonna end the game. With the triple VPs. Finally making a move down here. Okay. But yeah, he's got the bunkers set up down here. Paratroopers coming in behind enemy lines, which is something he definitely could have utilized a bit more, being more aggressive with the paratroopers. And I think this is going to be the last full desperation push. In comes the Chaffee. Side hit on the Panzer IV. Can they keep going? They get a bounce. I wonder if they can take one out, if they can get around for some side hits. They've swapped targets and hit the second one, but look, yeah, they've taken a rear hit there. And spinning around the Panzer IVs, decent hits there. Can they grab one? They do grab one. Can he get the second one? Oh, you don't want to stop. Oh, no, I think he's not going to make it. He gets the shot away, does get the health down, but look, you can see how much damage. Anything to follow that up with a paratrooper, with a bazooka, that's dead. That's both the Panzer IVs dead, and that was just two Chaffies on attack move, moving around, and they split their fire as well. So this was an well, it's not easy, but it's something that could have been broken. This hold through the middle completely ignored these bunkers as well. Look at the damage the Greyhound is doing. That was decapped, but he stopped it from getting capped. He's pushed the MG off, loses the Greyhound there, unfortunately. But yeah, it's open to be capped. He's got the Southern VP. Anti-tanks coming down to hold this. I think that's a decent play, considering that he's moved the Panzer IV off the bottom. He can't get through the tank traps. The bunker going down as well. Paratroopers coming through. They don't have bazookas, so I'm not sure what the plan was to take out the Panzer IV. There's the AT gun. Oh, gets a big hit. He is able to bring the Panzer IV out, but yeah, he doesn't have the infantry, unfortunately, to force the Jaegers off. The paratroopers may be able to do this if they head to the middle. I mean, it's not really a position that he can come back from, but it was a good effort towards the end here, and it shows the power of the American units here. This tank is going to get a golden shot onto this Panzer IV. Oh, he turned at the last moment, and that's now going to be a dead anti-tank gun. Yep. They're trying to hold on to this middle VP, but the paratroopers are going to be completely wiped out, and there we go. That will be the game as victory points go the way of Makros, our Wehrmacht player. So a very good start there from Zuntew. Good use of infantry, forced a lot of retreats away from Makros. Unfortunately wasn't able to follow that up with map control. It was a bit too easy for Makros to get out and get a resource lead and snowball the resources into Panzer IVs, which Zuntew could break, and we could see at the end with the Chaffies, he had a good opportunity to just drive forward, get some decent angles, use the speed to his advantage. But unfortunately, it was a little bit too little, too late. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.